Hey everyone, welcome to VC1431 Vector Graphics. I wanted to give you a brief introduction to navigating the course and the first assignments. So when you navigate to our course, the first thing you want to do is go to the Start Here tab and make sure that you open up the syllabus and click to access the syllabus. It'll open up in a separate window, and if you scroll down just a bit, you can click on the course schedule so you can see what assignments that we're going to be working on each week and what the schedule is. You'll want to make sure that you review the entire syllabus from the first page, the course information, course description, all the information, required supplies, and view the attendance requirements and also the late work policy as well, and the overview outline of the assignments and projects that we'll be working on this semester. I recommend that you download this. There's a download link at the top of the page. And back to our course, so back to Start Here. There's quite a bit of information under Start Here. There is a syllabus quiz that's due at the end of the week. It's an open book quiz. In other words, you can have the syllabus open in another tab or in Acrobat and refer to the syllabus while you're taking the quiz. And then there's other information here as needed, so make sure you check out everything in the Start Here tab. To get back to the home, go ahead and just click on the name of the course at the top of the page, and this will take you back to the home page of our course. So under course how-to videos, these are just general videos that show how to do basic things like posting to the discussion board, which I highly recommend that you watch because it's important that you post the discussion board correctly to earn the full 10 points each week that is designated for that. There's a video showing how to make a zip file on the Mac OS and Windows, and then another video about how to access ebooks. Let's go back to the home page again, and let's take a look at the projects window. Project 1 is not going to be available for you to view until the second week of the course, but I have this in my instructor view so that I can show you the basic requirements. What you're going to be doing is creating a custom illustration set of food items. So there are a number of requirements that we'll discuss, but I want to show you the visual examples from previous students. So what you're going to be doing is creating a set of food illustrations. So the first example is illustrations of ice cream and toppings on ice cream that would be appropriate for something like an ice cream shop. Here's some breakfast items that would be appropriate for something like a diner or a breakfast restaurant. And here's something that would be appropriate for maybe a diner or a hamburger restaurant. We've got several breakfast sets done in different visual styles. So these are all done using vector graphics in a software called Illustrator, which is the software, the main software that we're going to be using this semester. And this is the first project, is to create a custom illustration set of food items that all go together and all are following the same kind of visual style. The visual style is determined by you, but I'm going to be giving you guidelines for best practices and how you would develop food illustrations, assuming that you've never done anything like this before. So what these food illustrations are going to ultimately be applied to is a restaurant menu, and that will be project 2. So project 1 is a food illustration set that you're going to develop. You're going to come up with a restaurant concept based on the restaurant concept, then you'll come up with sketches or drawings to show ideas for what types of food items that you would create for your illustration set. And then after project 1 is finished, where you have your finished illustration set, like the student examples here, which are examples that were done in previous semesters, then you will apply them to a restaurant menu, which you'll lay out, and it will be based on the restaurant concept that you developed. So I'm giving you a preview of the food illustrations right now, because for this week, the first 2 assignments are micro projects 1 and 2. So let me go back to the student view so we can view the course the way you're going to see it. And let's go under the lessons. So projects are going to appear under projects, and project 1 will be, as I mentioned, available next week. But this week under lessons, there's a week 1 module. And under week 1, and under all weeks, so every week a new module will appear under this lessons menu. So next week there'll be a week 2. But under each weekly module, there'll be a checklist of assignments that are due that week. So always at the beginning of each week, you want to check the lessons area for the new module for the current week. Go to the weekly checklist. You can see the assignments that are due this week. So the syllabus quiz, as I mentioned, and then micro 1 and 2. I recommend doing micro 1 first before doing micro 2. Micro 1 is called research. So let's take a look. Oops, let's take a look at micro project 1. All right, so it does say complete micro project 1 first. And there's a video that shows you all about micro project 1. So rather than explain it to you in this intro, I'll let you watch the video. All right, and then when you're finished with micro project 1, you're going to move on to micro project 2. Again, there's an intro video for micro project 2. So I'm going to go ahead and let you watch that rather than explain to you over again what that is. I'm going to click on that, however. And just realize that quite a few of the videos in the course were done recorded during previous semesters, and in previous semesters we were using Blackboard instead of Brightspace. So I have not updated and re-recorded all of the videos, and I'm going to be showing you course assignment information in Blackboard, but it's structured essentially the same as in Brightspace. So since these were done in previous semesters, just realize that some basic information may have changed from what I'm showing you in the video. Again, this is showing Blackboard rather than Brightspace, but it's the same basic structure. It'll be the same information and examples. And if you see any due dates in the video, these are for previous semesters. So just always make sure that you're checking our current Brightspace course for this semester for any current due dates and for the most up-to-date information. But these videos are there to help you beyond the written instructions. So just make sure you read the written instructions and watch the video so you get a full handle on what's required for each assignment. Okay, so beyond this week's assignments, definitely watch the lecture of the difference between raster and vector graphics. Again, this is a vector graphics course, so you want to make sure that you understand what vector graphics are, what we're going to be working in for mostly in this course. And then just drawing your attention to some of these links up at the top. If you want to access your quizzes, there's quizzes here. I mentioned the syllabus quiz, which is due at the end of the first week. There is another quiz which is available now, quiz 1. That's based on the lecture under week 1. It's not due until next week. So you have a couple weeks to do that. quiz 1 is based on the lecture under week 1. So if we go back to our home page, go back to lessons, go back to week 1, and this is the lecture. So the lecture is basically a video and some information about file formats. So you want to make sure you watch the video, view this web page, absorb the information, and do quiz 1. Again, it's quote-unquote open book, meaning that you can refer to the web page or the video or whatever in another tab of your browser window while you're taking the quiz. Another thing to pay attention to, if this is an online course, we're going to be doing weekly discussions. And we already have the discussion for week 1 area open. There's a tell us about yourself, which will get you, it's not graded, but I would like you to post under tell us about yourself so that I can get to know you a little bit, and also it will give you practice posting, and it will give you practice inserting images into your posts. Refer to that course how-to video called Posting to Discussion. Make sure you're inserting the images directly into your post, not attaching files. But again, I'll let you watch the video. I'm not going to re-explain that right here. And then once you're finished with micros 1 and 2, your research and sketches for your restaurant concept and illustrations, you're going to post to that forum, and that's going to be worth 10 points. So the weekly forum posts are worth 10 points maximum each week. And make sure that you check for the announcements. So when you log in, if I go back to the home page, I'm doing this video before the course starts, so right now my announcements area is blank. When you log in to access our course site, you're going to see several announcements here, and you want to make sure you read all those announcements. You're going to need, there's announcements that show you how to get access to Adobe software. So that's a brief intro to the course and to help you navigate the course site and just get you started on the first couple of assignments for the first week of class. Have a great week, and I'll see you in the discussion thread.